Hello again. Today, I welcome back again. We are gonna do question 6. I want to check those few questions that are challenging most of the people. So let's do question 6. The diagram below shows the graph of f of x 1 over x over 3 minus 1 and g of x 1 over 2x. So I can see I have a hyperbola and a straight line. Okay, it's fine. I have my points there, a point of intersection and stuff. So 6.1. They're saying write the equations of the asymptote of f. So when they say equations of the asymptote of f, they mean the y and the x value. So I have my x, which is x plus 3, but I'm gonna say x plus 3 is equals to 0, then x is equals to 3. I'm done. Then my y is the, it is already indicated, which is y is equals to -1. I'm done. I get my 2 marks. 6.2. The domain of f, and when I check, my f of x is the what, is the hyperbola, né? So let's check. You must know that the hyperbola is not gonna cross at your asymptote, and it's not gonna cross. So you can represent your domain as x. I need to know what the domain is, the set of x values. So you can say x element of real numbers negative infinity to -3 and -3 to positive infinity. Or you can even say x element of real numbers, because x is not equals to -3. Your x cannot cross this asymptote of -3. You must know it. You must know that it cannot cross this one, this asymptote of this asymptote of x plus 3, and it cannot cross this asymptote of y is equals to -1. So let's go to 6.3. They want the length of OP. The length of OP. So check. What do they want of OP? So at B, if you can check at B, it is in the y-axis, isn't it? So at bx it is equals to 0. That's how we can do our answer. At B, x is equals to 0. Therefore, you're gonna write the equation b. It is in the hyperbolic equation. Therefore, you can represent it as like y is equals to 1 over x plus 3 minus 1. But you said at bx is equals to 0, so we're gonna say 0 plus 3 minus 1. Then we're gonna say y is equals to let's do our maths. I'm gonna get a -2 over 3 in my calculator. Therefore, length of OP, it is equals to 2 over 3 units. Okay. 6.3.2. They want the length of OA. Mara at A, why it is equals to 0? Because when I check here, why it is in the x-axis, so why is gonna be equals to 0. The reason why I didn't consider O, it is because O, it is in the x-axis and they said OB, so I wanted to check the vertical, the another point at the y-axis. So OA, so I'm gonna say again at A, y is equals to 0. I'm gonna represent my equation again. A, it is also again in the hyperbola, so I'm gonna say y is equals to 1 over x plus 3 minus 1. I said y is equals to 0, so 0 is equals to 1 over x plus 3 minus 1. Then 1 is equals to 1 over x plus 3. Cross multiply. X plus 3 is equals to 1. It doesn't change. Then do my maths. X is equals to 1 minus 3. Then x is equals to -2. Therefore, OA is equals to 2 units. Whether your answer is positive or negative, you want the length. You just want the length of what is how long. If you said this one is 0, then we're gonna do your math and say and find your answers. Let's go to the point of intersection question. They want the coordinates, man. You want their coordinates. they want their coordinates. Okay, 6.4. The coordinates of C and D. So where there is C and D, it is point of intersection. Point of intersection means that I'm gonna equate my two equations. Y is equals to y, or I'm going to use the same as f of x or g of x. So I'm gonna say 1 over x plus 3 minus 1 is equals to half x. So let me take this one to the other side because I want to solve my max, guys. So x plus 3 is equals to x over 2 plus 1. The reason I'm saying x over 2 is because it is half times x, which is the same as saying half of x, which is x over 2. And now check this thing. X over 2 plus 1 is the same as saying this one is the same as 2 over 2, which is the same as saying I'm gonna check the denominator, the common denominator, and multiply by it so that I can have x plus 2 over 2, 1 over x plus 3. You must be careful here. You must be careful because this one and this x and this 2 are common. So you have to have that tricky plan to tell them that no, this one is the same as 2 over 2. Why? Because there is a denominator of 2. You understand? So 2 and 1 are like terms. So when you can cross multiply, you get 2 and you get 2. Then that's why I'm gonna say this x plus 2. Then let's cross multiply. X plus 3, x plus 2 is equals to 2. Then x times x is x squared. X times 2x is 2x. 3 times x plus 3x is equals to, or 3 times 2 plus 6 is equals to 2. Then x squared plus 5x plus 6 minus 2 is equals to 0. I took this 2 to the other side. And then what will I get using my quadratic formula? X squared plus 5x minus 4 is equals to 0. You can use a quadratic formula, you can use a factorization. I mean, sorry. 6 minus 2 is 4, so it's plus 4. I prefer using my factorization because 5 and 4 are common, so I can have 4 and 1 to get between 5. So I'm gonna say x plus 4 x plus 1 is equals to 0. Then my x is equals to negative 4, or my x is equals to negative 1. Let me choose any of the two equations. I will choose this one. So my y1 is equals to half x 1 over 2 negative 4. Then I'm gonna get my negative half times negative 4. It is negative, or let's check. Half times negative 4, it is negative 2, because half of 4 is 2, so but since it's negative, it's gonna be negative 2. So y2 is equals to half x 1 over 2 negative 1 is equals to negative half. Therefore my coordinates for C, let's check C. It is, where is C? This is C. It is on the negative side. It has a negative y value and a negative x value. So my coordinates for C will be negative 1 and negative half. Then my coordinates for D, let's check, where is D? It is also in the negative x value, a negative side of the x value and negative side of the y value. So I'm gonna start with negative 4, because the reason I'm saying negative is this, because C is here, D is here. So D is far from C. So that's why I'm gonna say negative 4 and negative 2. What? So we are done. So let's check. Use the graphs to obtain the solutions. 1 over x plus 3 is greater or equals to x plus 2. This one wants us to go back here, because 6.5, they are saying 1 over x plus 3 is greater or equals to x plus 2 over 2. So it's going to be 1 over x plus 3 greater or equals to x over 2 plus 1. You see what I'm talking about? This one and this one and this one. You see, it's going back to that one that I was talking about. So it's gonna be 1 over x plus 3 minus 1 is greater or equals to x over 2. So I have my f of x. My f of x is given by 1 over x plus 3 minus 1. So it's the same as saying f of x greater or equals to g of x. They want the values where f of x is greater or equals to x. So it's gonna be x less than or equals to -4 or 3 less than x minus 1. Check. F of x is greater or is greater or equals to g of x. This is my f of x. You see? So let's check. My f of x, it is greater where here at -4 for the x value, or we can say positive 3. Where is my positive 3? My positive 3, it is the one that I'm given here, which is this one. You understand? So it will be 3 less than x less than -1. That is this one. This -1 here. So you must check your graphs, guys. Thanks. Yeah, good night. Please subscribe and then share my videos. I hope you enjoyed and you have learned something.